welcome back. It's Melda from Three Scrappy Sisters, and I have another process video for you. This is a 12 by 12 layout that I have created using the beautiful Felicity Jane Willow kit. It is the it's the May 2017 kit. I am about to receive June and I'm really excited, so I think that's where my mind is going right now. So I am starting here with a blue background paper, which is out of ordinary for me. I usually use white, as you might already know, and it's really hard for me to use any other color or pattern in my backgrounds, but I'm trying to get away from the white, so I'm going to ease into it. For this layout, I have referred to the June 1st, June 1st Stuck Sketches sketch, and it is basically their orientation was the three photos or three elements across the center, more up the center of the page, but I'm going to bring that down to the near the bottom of the page just because I feel like the scallop bottom on this paper is really pretty and I wanted to draw a little bit more attention to that. I didn't want to just leave it alone at the bottom. So I'm going to bring my two photos and this beautiful tag that's off to the side down to the bottom. I'm going to back my photos on white cardstock and then I'm going to mat that on this blue pattern paper, and I love the pattern paper. It's just beautiful, so I had to include that there. So this tag is a tag that actually is not part of the kit. It came in my kit, but it was just, I don't know what I would call it. I guess the mail tag, thank you tag, that gets included in your kits. I don't think everybody gets the same one, but for me this one was perfect for the layout that I was doing, and I will explain why in just a second. As you can see, I am gutting this paper just because it is so beautiful and I want to save some of it for another layout. So I'm going to mat that. I also end up matting some tissue paper behind my photos just for a little bit more texture. I really wish that I had done it behind this pattern paper because I end up cutting a lot of the tissue off just because I want the pattern paper to show. So either way, it looks good. I like the way it ended up, but I wish I had done it behind the pattern paper as opposed to on top. I am going to pop these photos on some foam just for some dimension and then put the tissue on. So a little bit about these photos. These photos are of my daughter Isabella, and she is holding a letter that she received from her new pen pal. Her and I have just started doing the snail mail thing and she loves it. She wrote to her pen pal Bailey first. No, Bailey wrote first. She wrote to another one in Russia who didn't respond, unfortunately. But Bailey had written to her first, and she is from Australia. And Isabella has been expecting this letter for not so long, but she's been so excited. Every day she asks me, "Is it here yet? Did you check the mail? Did you go?" So when it finally came, she actually wasn't home, and I had to wait for a little while for her to get home to let her know that it was here. Bailey's mom and I also write back and forth, so I was excited equally as much as her to open the letter, but I didn't want to spoil that. I wanted to wait until she got home, so I waited. So this photo is actually just as I was showing her and giving her the letter, and when she realized who it was from, because it says my name and her name on the front. So when she turned it over to see who it was from, she got really excited. So I wanted to document that. So I am, like I said, going to use that tag, the stripe tag with the pink circle, and it says it's a perfect day for #HappyMail. I believe that's what it says. Something like that. Anyhow, so I just thought it was perfect for the photos, so I really wanted to incorporate that. And #HappyMail actually ends up becoming my title. Don't add any more words other than that, and it just worked out. So I went through the die cut pack and I pulled out some of the elements that I thought I might want to use, and they are off to the side right now on the right. I just want to get down some of my layers before I start embellishing. I'm going to use this doily that it's from a die that I purchased off of AliExpress. It was, I think, $3. Didn't take too long to get to Canada either, which was really good. So I am going to just use that as another layering piece. I was thinking about using the printable doily that came with the kit, but I felt like it was too much blue. I wanted some more white elements in there. I wanted to lighten it a little bit, so I did go with the white doily. And here, like I said, I am just going to be adding the tissue paper. So I'm going to trim and trim some more, and then I realize that it's too big and it's covering my pattern, so I'm going to trim even more. So here I go, trim some more, cut, cut. I really like the washi that is included in this kit. They're just washi strips, it's not a roll, it's just on that paper there, and I really like the rose gold striped one. I'm really excited to use that, but I couldn't decide if I wanted to use it here just because I had the black horizontal stripes. I didn't want to add some vertical stripes anywhere else. So I'm going to go back to these embellishments here, and I've just pulled out some of the flowers and hearts and some of the feathers, which I don't end up using, as well as a little scallop border and some labels. So I'm just going to play around with some of the placement. I wanted some of the scallops along the side, and I end up going with just the black and white one. Not along the side, along the bottom. So just, it's funny the way things change when you're playing around with something, and that's why I don't commit right away, because I like to see all of my options. Some people are comfortable with, putting something down first or second place they put it, they glue it down right away, and then they risk having to peel it up or just leave it there and work around it. I can't do that. I have to pretty much have my layout set the way it's going to go. I use as much as I can to put down first before I stick it, except for the smaller embellishments, and then I go back and glue everything down. I'm trying to train myself to scrapbook a little bit faster, so I've started to focus mainly just on the photos, the photo mats, the layers, and sometimes the really big embellishments, and I stick those down, and then I go back, and as soon as I'm happy with the basic form of the layout, then I will go back and play around with the embellishments. So that is pretty much what I did here. I have set down my photos and the layers, and now I'm just going to go and play around with the embellishments. So I am going to go with, surprise, surprise, a diagonal sort of focus to the layout from right to left, bottom to top. So I am just going to speed you up a little bit more here, just because all I'm doing is going through the elements in the kit just to see what else I want to use. I already have gone through the die kit pack or the ephemera pack, and I've chosen quite a few things that I wanted to use. But as I'm putting together this layout, I realized that maybe I want to add a little bit more. So right now I am just adding some of the puffy stickers. I added some of the triangles and hearts. And I'm going to look at the washi and go through the ephemera pack one more time. I am adding a tag. These tags come kind of doubled up, so I think you're meant to fold it over the side of a page if you want to use it that way. But when I use it on my layouts, I like to cut them apart so that way I have two of them, because you're not going to see the back anyways. So like I said, I'm just going to go through the ephemera pack again and add a little bit more. I decided on one of the black and white hearts, and then just above the corner there where I'm placing the heart now, the pink heart, I felt like it was a little too bare, so I'm going to add a couple more elements there. I added one of the stamped images that I had previously stamped in Fussy Cut that says the start of something new, or the start of a new adventure, or something like that, which again I thought was perfect for what the photos are and how excited she is to begin her snail mailing. It's really cute. Her pen pal is, I believe, 7 years old, and her first letter was just adorable. So if you guys are watching this, Kayla and Bailey, we want to say hi, and we are really looking forward to continuing to write back and forth. We're really excited. So back to the layout, I'm just going to pop a couple of these hearts on foam. I put the flower that's on the bottom right hand corner on some foam. One of them is flat on the page, one of them is up on foam, and same with the heart on the top right. So this is about all I'm going to do with the layout. I'm going to add some ink splatters in Heidi Swap Color Shine in black, and that is about it. So I want to say thank you so much for joining me today, and I really hope you enjoyed this video. We'll see you again next time. Bye!